Foundation coming at you with my thoughts on the second preseason game. The Dallas Cowboys playing against the Rams. We lost the game. I would have liked to keep that positive feeling going, but what's most important in preseason is knowing what's going on within the game. I'll start off with the defense. I like the way we responded from the Hall of Fame game. We allowed first two possession drives, touchdowns. We were very critical about that. Even though they allowed only 3 points after that, which was improvement, and shows that we have decent depth and all that, or promising backup players. We want to see how they would fare against this game, and a lot more starters played in this game. If it wasn't for the special teams turning over the ball and a fluky play, which could have gone 3 different ways, but I'll get to more of that a little later on. But Hitchens made a beautiful hit on the receiver, and the Rams rookie wide receiver Cup made a great hustle play on his end. But I love the way we was hitting all game. Like that Hitchens hit. We caused what 6 fumbles. Got one of them. I think if we would have covered like 3, I think Marinelli would have been doing a dance. Marcus Zacher played pretty good, which is good because Damien Wilson also has been pretty good, but we don't know what's going to happen to him. So having Marcus Zacher there, playing well, playing better, gives us another option at the linebacker position. Hitchens, going back to Hitchens real quick, he is very important as the season progresses. I love that he's been more assertive, playing really solid, because as Jalen Smith gets healthier, as he gets in better football shape, and as they up his workload and his snaps, at least we have somebody right now to hold down the fort until Jalen is ready to take over. And that is what I'm really liking. I've seen out of Hitchens right now, because then it not delays, but it makes it more when the transition happens, makes it smoother and all that. It makes it more exciting, because it's hard to contain against Jalen, to hold back Jalen. But with Hitchens playing well as he is, it makes it understandable. Talking about don't know what's going on and all that, but DeMontre Moore, he's been one of our best pass rushers in this, as far as the training camp and the preseason goes. Too bad we're gonna miss him for the first 2 weeks. But Jones, he has been up. He upped it up a little bit. He responded well from the last game. Neal, he started to really grow on me. I mean, short, stocky guy, but strong and fast at the same time. So it's hard to move him, and it's hard to get your hands on him, because he's getting past the offensive line, getting in the backfield more times than not. Charles Tapper, not as good as the Hall of Fame game, but you see him always like just kind of flashing by, and it's like, finish the play. But at least he's flashing. But I would like to see him finish plays and all that. Finally, our first pick in the draft of this year, Taco responded really well. In the first game, in the Hall of Fame game, he was kind of all over the place. His effort was there, but his technique and his balance, for some reason, kept on. Every time I rewatched the game, every time it was like he was on, every time you see him on his hands and knees and stuff like that. So it was like it was a big improvement. The way he stood up his blockers, the way using his length, a couple times getting in the backfield, got a good stop. And I'll get to the sack, but my favorite play was when they ran the opposite way they ran away from him, and he was able to show his decent speed, which some people question, decent speed, and made a tackle at the sideline. So his effort, and he showed a little bit better, speed in that play. His sack, while wasn't like jaw dropping or anything like that, I like the way he did it. It was very smart. The offensive tackle thought he was going to go outside, and he set him up, and he got to go on the inside. And you even heard DeMarcus Ware said that he did a very good, the way he set up his pass rush was very done very well. Kayvon Frazier, kind of the forgotten guy. He's been very solid on special teams. He's been laying the wood down. I'll get to him in a second. I like the way he blitzes, and again, he's been hitting hard. I thought he would be a better cover guy than Church, but it seems like they're kind of similar in a lot of ways. Maybe over time he can develop more in space coverage wise. Now finally, Xavier Woods. Man, he's a very solid tackler. I mean, not too much I seen where the guy got away from him or anything like that. He stopped a couple of third down plays, and that one play where I think was Moore got the hit, and he still completed the pass, and then right there, perfect timing, right on the button. No illegal hit or anything like that. Just pop the guy, the ball comes out, Kayvon picks it up, and they call it incomplete. And it's like, okay, that was basically the same style of catch that Hitchens did, and they called the touchdown. This one, they called it incomplete. It's like this whole stupid catch rule is driving me crazy already, what is not, what is a catch and all that. But as far as the defense goes, I like the way we responded. Offensively, wasn't as good. There are some disappointing. There are some good, very good things, but there are some disappointing things. The left guard thing was my biggest interest, and I don't know if it was just because Emmett Cleary was there, but Byron Bell did not look good at all. Got a couple. I think he got flagged twice. Got a nice run that was called back on his part too. So, it's just kind of you hoping that Chaz Green can get past this injury bug, because we've seen him do it. I'm not saying he's the next coming of anything, but we've seen him play pretty good, As far as La'el Collins go, I think I probably put my expectations a little bit too high, because thinking that he'll be side by side with Martin would have helped him out, boost up his confidence a little bit. It was better, but not. I think I put a little bit too much into it and all that. But we have three more games and 3 more weeks to really for him to improve. So I'm not gonna sweat it. I was just expecting more. Talking about more. I defended him before. I'm not going to defend him right now. What I learned to deal with the fact is that he's a typical quarterback where when everything has to be set up for him. And that he's a smart player. He knows what to do with the ball. But the play of the other players, their play, if it goes good, then it covers up all his deficiencies. If we have penalties, it's gonna set him back. If we don't run the ball well, we only ran the ball 12 times, and that's for the whole game. He's not gonna do well. He has a great rapport with Bryce Butler. Not making an excuse, because we've seen how I'll get to the positive side, but we've seen how he's played with him, from 2015 to now. They have a good rapport, and I think he has that confidence. That's why he was going down the field a little bit more. But like I said, the better the team does, the better he looks. And the worse the team does, it really exposes him. So, it's kind of sad in that sense. And that's why I'm going to go to the next things on the positive side. Rico Gathers. I would start off with the biggest thing. Rico Gathers. Everybody's excited about him and all that. Man, he's starting to really get aggressive with the ball as far as catching. He's snatching up. He's going after it. And his speed is. He has deceptive speed for a guy that's 280, 290, and 6'8". I mean, that touchdown pass was, I mean, he just blew past the guy. And, you know, and going on to Noah Brown. Noah Brown, I mean, he is an aggressive runner. I mean, he looks, you know, kind of reminds you of Dez in a sense. And I wasn't sweating that he dropped the ball because it was like a non-contact thing. So it's like, is this work on your fundamentals, hold the ball the right way? Simple as that. You know, I'm not sweating that. But you know, as far as Rico goes and all that, I would like to see him get a little bit more involved in the running game, just because of the style of offense that we do run, and I want to see him become more of a complete player. His talents he's gonna make the team regardless, but to get him more snaps and being that threat that he is, I like to see him more involved in the running game and all that. But his talent is, ooh. Yeah, Noah Brown. I'm talking about Noah Brown. Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush has shown some good poise, some good accuracy, able to handle the blitz packages and all that against him. He knows where to go to the ball. Sounds familiar. But yeah, like that pass to Noah Brown, you know, that blitz was coming right at him, and he was poised enough, and he got the ball right to him. Boom. You know, so that was a nice play by him. And the accuracy that he had to play with Rico Gathers, that was really nice. I mean, I think he went, 8 for 8 at one point, you know, so, yeah. Will the coaches be confident enough to keep him as a backup and all that? Time will tell. We have to probably wait for that. Oh yeah, within the play, I like to do this when there's a big play that happens, the touchdown to Rico. I like to look within the play what's going on, and I gotta give a quick shout out to Rod Smith. There's a blitzing linebacker, and he stoned him. Gave Cooper Rush that little extra time to throw the ball beautifully right down for Rico Gathers. All right, if anything else comes up, I'll make a video. Next we play the Indianapolis Colts. Will Jalen make his debut? I hope so. All right, maybe, you know, see a little bit of Dak, you know, the rest of the offense and all that, but cannot wait. All right, mahalo for watching. Paniolo boys, and go Cowboys.